So, Chris, tell me about the Complete Engine marketing method. What is this all about?
Yeah, so it's just all about having everything that you need to drive the car of your business. So it's all the way from lead generation, how do we drive more leads to you, to your website, and then capturing those leads. And so making sure that we're having a great website that's focused on sales, not just on looking great or anything like that. It's all about looking great and having great content that really connects with the viewer. And then going beyond that, lead nurturing. So making sure that we're connecting with people that haven't yet bought from you, that haven't yet even necessarily reached out to you. There's ways that we can make sure that we're connecting with those people on a regular basis to make sure you're staying in front of them so that when they are completely ready to purchase, they're ready to come back to you and not to your competitor because you've been staying in front of them.
Okay, so by staying in front of them, what are some of the different ways that you utilize so that, you're not just selling one piece of the marketing puzzle, but you're putting this all together for for the max impact on the client's marketing, right? So tell me a little bit more about what that includes.
Yeah, so we kind of have a three-pronged approach. Two of them are really similar. But the first one is we send out an email newsletter to everybody on your newsletter list. So that if you don't have a list, an email list already of your past clients or people that have reached out to you in the past, we'll start that now. So when people fill out your contact form, that gets stored into an email database, and then we'll send an email out for you. It'll be a real simple email, nothing too crazy extravagant. Now, if you've got specials that you're running, whatever, you can send that information to us, and we'll make sure that that gets into that newsletter. But we'll write it, we'll publish it, we'll send it out to your people. You kind of don't even have to do anything with that unless you want to. Unless you want to be involved in that process, you can, but you don't have to be. And then the second piece of that is called remarketing. And we use two different methods of that. That's why it's kind of two more prongs with that. And that is with Google Ads remarketing. So when someone comes to your website, and you've really seen this in action, you've gone to Amazon, right? And then you looked at a product and then you didn't buy it, and then all of a sudden that product is following you around the internet, and you're like, oh my gosh, this must be a great product because they're advertising this anywhere. That's called Google Ads remarketing. And so we utilize that. Someone comes to your website, maybe they don't do anything other than come to your website. They're there for 15, 20 seconds, and then they leave. This tag still gets attached to them, and now you're following them around. And then we also do that on Facebook as well. So you can run specific ads that are just targeted at the people that have come to your website. And they're really economical. They're not very expensive to run these types of ads simply because you're going to after a very, very warm list instead of going after a completely cold list of people. And so that's our way of staying in front of people so that people are like, oh my gosh, this company keeps showing up everywhere. We've had people reach out to us and say, it's a sign. We have to sign up with you because we see you everywhere. Yeah, it's just called remarketing. And we make sure that we stay in front of these people that have already expressed some kind of interest in your business.
So you talked a lot about once they reach your website, it's not just pretty, but it's going to actually convert and help people know whether or not they should work with you. I see the book Building a Story Brand on your desk, and I know you use that method, which is proven to be very, very effective in writing the copy of the site. And then you talked about staying in front of people who have gotten on the email list. How are you driving traffic to the website?
Yeah, so we utilize, again, a three-pronged approach. We don't like having a stool with just one leg. It's kind of a three-legged stool that's really stable and really helps your business grow. And that's with search engine optimization, Google Ads, and Facebook ads. I love Google. Google is fantastic because you're only going to show up in front of people that are actually actively searching for what you do. And so those ads are fantastic. But there are always people out there that what you do is in the periphery of their mind. And maybe you provide emergency services, plumbing, electrical, things like that, that people are like, they've just got to get it. But if you've been staying in front of them with your Facebook marketing, you're the name they're going to remember. And then with the Google side of it, search engine optimization and Google Ads, when people search for what you do in your targeted radius, we want you to show up. And it's amazing how many people are still searching. We see all the people commenting and asking questions in Facebook groups if you're in local community groups, and it kind of seems like the world is switching that direction where people are just asking in Facebook groups. But in reality, that's such a small number where it, depending on your size of your community or the size of the area that you are reaching, there are dozens, if not hundreds of searches every day for what you do. And if you show up, especially in the ads, in the maps section, and in the organic listings, the chances of your business being clicked on skyrockets. And so we utilize those three avenues of search and of Facebook ads to make sure that we're reaching the maximum sized audience. And we really make sure that they're people that are interested in what you're doing. So even on Facebook, we do a little bit of targeting to make sure that we're, reaching homeowners if that's what the market that you're trying to reach or whatever is your market. We really try to hone in on making sure that we're showing up in front of the right people as well.
So this is great, but if somebody is wondering, like, are people searching for my business? What are they searching? Do you have some sort of reports or software or something so that you can help look and help me know what are people searching to get to my business? Or is this just all guessing, or like how does that work? How can you help me?
No, we absolutely utilize a system that helps us understand what people are actively searching for. And we can see what keywords people are searching, what that search volume is, so we can understand, okay, people are, searching for keywords A, B, and C, but really keyword B is the one that they're really searching for. There's a lot out there. We can see what kind of competition those keywords have and really figure out and hone in on what's going to get you the best return on investment, because it's not enough just to have a good strategy and to kind of have an idea of where we're going to go. We want to get that return on investment for you. So we're doing a lot of work on the back end. And maybe some of the search terms are things that you would never have even thought about because we know our business. We know what we do and we know what people should be searching for, but that's not always what people are actually searching for. And so we want to go after those words. We can do some research on the back end of what your competitors are doing, people that are already showing up well for the search terms that we think that might be. We can see what their search terms are, where they're coming up, and that really gives us an idea of for a search engine optimization as well as for Google Ads to make sure that we are really focused and tight in getting you the best results.
So this sounds awesome, but it's also like the type of thing like I don't want to deal with this. So I'm assuming when you help your clients, you'll show them all of this, but it's also like how much involvement if I'm going to hire you, how much involvement do I need to have in this process, and how much can I just hand to you?
Your involvement is completely up to you. I have clients that reach out to us and like to be involved in this. And we set up meetings every single month with you so that you know what's going on, what we've been doing, kind of the targeting, what we're seeing, that type of a thing. But we also like to know what you're seeing on your end. What kind of phone calls are you getting? What kind of interest are the people that are reaching out to you actually purchasing? Are they the right people? And so that we can really make sure that we're crafting the right strategies on a regular basis. So we set those up. Some people are like, "Hey, my phone's ringing, things are going good, and I'm busy," and they don't they don't sign up for those meetings, which is great. That's wonderful. That's whatever works for you. Some of our clients like to see the ads that we run before we publish them. Some of them are like, hey, I'm good at what I do. I'm going to trust that you're good at what you do. And as long as I'm getting results, that's all I care about. And in the end, that's all I care about as well, is if you are getting results. And so my goal in all of this is to make sure that you are getting more clients, that you are growing, that you are accomplishing those business goals that you've set up for your business, for your family, whatever that is. That's the only thing that in the end that I care about. Because if you're successful, you're going to keep wanting to work with me and with my company and with my family. And so that helps both of us become the businesses that we want to be. So in the end, the only success that means success for me is success for you. So that's really our goal. That's really our target, is to make sure that everything is really nailed down. And again, whatever level of involvement you want to have, if you're busy and you're like, just go make my phones ring. That's what we're going to try to do. If you want to be more involved with all of this, with the newsletter, with the ads, with all of that, awesome, great. We'll stay in contact so that we can make sure that we're on the same page throughout the time that we're working together.
I love that. I think there's a lot of freedom and flexibility depending on the business owner, depending on their level of busyness and whatever. And I love that it's really a shared goal. You're trying to get
Yeah.
business and you're trying to get the phones to ring, and that's what matters. So what is the next step? If I wanted to get started working with you, what do we need to do first? Like book a
Well,
call or what?
yeah, we just need to hop on the phone and you can connect with, there's three of us, depending on our schedules, where depending on, what we've got available on our side that you can connect with, and you can meet with any one of us to move on to that next step and get those final questions answered. And then we can get started right away. We like to jump in kind of with both feet right away with all of our clients. So what we'll do is, if you're ready to sign up, you can talk to any one of us, and then we'll set up another like onboarding call with our onboarding team to make sure that we have all the access and all that kind of technical stuff that nobody ever wants to really think about, and that we really understand your business, that we really understand who you are, the messaging, kind of your tone of voice, all of that kind of stuff, so that we can really reflect who you are in the ads, in everything that we're going to be doing. And so we like to get that set up as soon as possible once we get started, so that we can start running instead of crawling at first. Crawling doesn't do either of us any good. We like to jump in with both feet and really make sure that we're moving quickly. So we just talk to one of our salespeople. They'll be able to get you signed up and everything, and then we'll get that onboarding call and we can get going right away.